Hi everyone, this is Will Taylor with the reserve team of the Homes Finder Realty Group. One thing I've learned moving from New York to South Carolina is it just rains different down here. I'm talking buckets, cats and dogs, real palmetto pounders. It rains so heavy that I have a storm drain in my backyard. So today, the obvious choice is to talk about flood insurance and how it impacts you. But first, hit like and subscribe down below to keep the content coming. First, FEMA, or FEMA, is the Federal Emergency Management Agency. In brief, it's part of Homeland Security and part of the nation's defenses against natural disasters. FEMA runs the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, which is a program that helps educate folks on the risks of flooding. It also collects and provides data on multiple flood risk factors and provides that to insurance agencies. But before we get into insurance, let's talk about flooding. As most of you know, flooding is when water accumulates quicker than it drains. Flooding can cause major damage. We've all seen the videos where someone's going down the road in a boat, a landslide, or a house full of water. And according to FEMA, just 1 inch of accumulated water can cause up to $25,000 of property damage. Down here in coastal South Carolina, the Lowcountry, there are tons of homes in flood zones. Can somebody say pluff mud? So what's covered with flood insurance? Well, to start, most homeowners insurance does not cover flooding. Flood insurance generally covers electrical and plumbing systems, furnaces and hot water heaters, kitchen appliances, flooring, foundation walls, and the list goes on. So does that mean any type of flooding is covered? No, there are obviously exceptions. If your house floods because of a hurricane, you're most likely covered. However, if you leave your tub on upstairs and it floods the house, you're probably not going to be covered. Do you need flood insurance? The short answer is no. However, anywhere that there's a body of water, low elevation, slopes, or just rain, you can expect there to be flooding. And depending on where you are, some mortgage companies might require that you have flood insurance. Additionally, the federal government recommends that everybody have flood insurance. One of the best ways to determine whether or not you're at a high or low flood risk is to use a flood map. So, what is a flood map? A flood map describes what zone your property is in and whether or not you're in a high or low risk area for flooding. Moderate to low risk areas are labeled as B, C, or X, and high risk areas are labeled as A or V. What if I want the insurance? There are more than a few things that go into the quote. The occupancy type, the construction type, the square footage, and largely the rating system for insurance rates has been largely unchanged since the 70s. So I take it that there have been recent changes and that's why we're discussing this. Correct. All of the pieces of a quote have been consolidated into a tool sponsored by the NFIP called Risk Rating 2.0. The primary goal of this project was to make insurance premiums more equitable. How? Private data sources have been incorporated into the tool that show the flood types, the distance to a body of water, and the frequency of flooding in the area. Rebuilding costs are now part of the quote, and all of this helps the insurance agents write a quote that's more fitted to suit the property. So what impact does this have? Essentially, policyholders with lower valued homes have been paying more than their fair share, while, as you guessed it, high valued property owners have been paying less than their fair share. Risk Rating 2.0 now considers those rebuilding costs of the property. So if you have a really high rebuild cost, your cost will go up. So in short, expect premiums to rise. Is anything staying the same? Well, this is an overhaul of the entire system, but some things will stay the same. There's a limit on annual premium increases that will stay the same at 18%. Flood maps will still be used for mandatory purchase and floodplain management. There will be premium discounts for pre-flood map subsidized and newly mapped properties. Policyholders can still transfer that discount to the new property owners. And the discounts that were applied in communities that participate in the community rating system will continue. All right, so moving on to the burning question. How much does this insurance cost? Obviously, there are regional ballparks for what you can expect to pay. However, the easiest answer here is to talk to an insurance agent that offers flood insurance. So to make that easy for you, there's a link in the description below that goes to the NFIP website where you can be connected to a flood insurance agent. All right, that's everything that I can think of that has to do with flood insurance. Like I said before, depending on where you live in the country, this is going to be vastly different from another piece of the country. Additionally, down here in South Carolina, coastal South Carolina, this is a hot topic. We have the beautiful marshlands, low elevation, so flood insurance is something that we have to talk to every client about. So if you've had your eye on a beautiful marshfront property, our team would love to help. The reserve team of the Homes Finder Realty Group is a family real estate team, and we specialize in low country real estate. Our website and socials are linked in the description below, so please do not hesitate to reach out. And of course, this is YouTube, so please do not forget to hit like and subscribe down below. Hit the little bell and you'll be notified every time that we post. Thank you again for watching.